最も弱き者が最も強き者に挑む。迷いと嘆き、決断と成長に満ちたその童貞こそ人間の証である。聖杯は強き者にのみ与えられる。最後の二人は共に性質の違う強者となった。であればもう一度君に送ろう。光あれと。視点の玉座にて君を待つ。
Next combats will be announced on the second floor bulletin board. Is that even necessary at this point? An all too familiar ringing tone draws my eyes to my terminal. The final week has begun. When I arrive at the bulletin board, I am prompted by the terminal. There is someone there ahead of me. Not surprised to see him. After all, there's no one else who would be there.
Konnichiwa.
Good day. Leo turns my way, smiling as usual. His servant Gawain stands one step behind him, straight as a sword thrust into the stone. Unlike Leo, Gawain's eyes are calm. I sense no hostility from him, just an ironclad loyalty and unwavering confidence in his lord. Gawain's composure wouldn't slip, even in the middle of the battle. That righteous white knight would die without question for his lord. As I'm looking around, I'm struck by a sense of change. This is the last time I'll see the bulletin board like this. I look, though I already know the names. Master Leonard Bestario Harway, 7th Chimeric Lunar Sea. With this announcement, at last, we are formally adversaries. Once again, I wish you luck. Leo's trying to speak casually, but something has changed about his voice. It's not that he's apprehensive about the fight. He's excited, almost thrilled. It's strange. Honestly, I never imagined that you would be the one with me at the very end. When I first saw you, you were an industrious, adaptive, and rather forgettable individual. Over the brief course of this war, you've grown immeasurably, as if suited to the soil of battle. Now the you standing in front of me is a fitting opponent, not just in ability, but in continence. I'm enamored with this feeling of competition, and as a little girl is with a fairy tale. Leo laughs bashfully. You'd think he'd never enjoyed basic human emotions before. I do not know for which one of us is this phase was meant for, but however, now I feel this fight with you is a necessary step in the process for my ascension to the throne. For showing me a side of the world I had not yet known, you have my deepest gratitude. Leo isn't being insincere. He's thanking me in his self-centered, condescending way. He believes he'll win. He believes he's righteous. His belief in his own victory is greater than any I have ever seen. Leo, I understand your feelings, but further cordiality would be quite unnecessary. It has been an obstacle. The time to exchange words have passed with this now worthy opponent. You also require a rest. A king must be at his best. Let's put an end to this posturing. Indeed, thank you, Gawain. I got carried away. I'll take my leave now. I look forward to your next audience with me on the final battlefield. Leo's parting smile is gentler than usual, but I can't help watching his back as he leaves. It feels like I've always been looking at Leo's back. My world is too different from his. His sentiments have always been foreign as his home country. A boy who has progressed by making victory his second nature. A king who will not tolerate any outcome but victory. A person whose entire life has been absolute. I don't believe that he and I are equals, but then again, we're both king of the mountain right now. We come from many places. To fight in this Holy Grail war, I'll struggle to find my place. Alright, time for the final showdown, King. Strangely enough, my heart is calm. I breathe easily, the memories of the past battles a comfort rather than a paralyzing fear factor. I'm not eager to fight, but I'm not distressed either. I'm mostly surprised at my own implicitity. Saber's in a similar mood. With a gentle voice, but the same steely eyes, Saber speaks to me. The day we battle the princeling has finally arrived. He is a magnificent creature, born possessing the poise, charisma, and pride of a king. Seldom is such a person born that can bring the people of the world such joy and such wickedness. If only... No, I do not like him. I like you better. A king is capable and well-suited to leadership. What would become of the things if this boy was king? He is but a deus ex machina, arising from the stage unbidden and unwelcome by his people. His role promises a gilded cage for his people, unfairly stifling their radiance. It seems you finally understand what beauty is. And that understanding is also beautiful. I'm glad I have fought for such a master. In any case, I find there to be something deeply moving about this, our last fight. You have trudged through bloodshed and sorrow to reach this point, although you still lack much. These trials you have endured carved a fine pattern upon you. I accept you as my sheath. It is your love for life which propels you through triumph and despair. That is most beautiful. And then Saber quietly disappears. Right, this is the last time Saber and I will fight side by side. This woman truly is my Saber, a blade that cuts down any hardship that I face. Saber would probably get angry if I said that, telling me not to thank her for every little thing. So instead of thanking Saber, I'll show her that I'm ready and willing for this fight. She'll appreciate that most of all. I doubt there's many people around. Oh, as I head out into the hallway, a silhouette appears in the doorway. I wonder how many times I've met Kodomine like this. What does he want this time? As he sees me tense up, he flashes a rare smile. I must admit I'm surprised that you, of all people, have made it this far. I welcome you to the final confrontation, Master. The Holy Grail is almost within your reach. The omnipotent construct which will grant any wish, any desire. Can you feel how close it is? What a surprise, to be free of avarice. I suppose I should quietly applaud you. A dismissive smile begins to form on the lips of the black-clad priest. Now, allow me to announce the final trial. The way to the last battlefield has been opened. So who will claim victory and raise the Holy Grail to their lips? I await with bated breath. Okay, let's look around first. There's still some NPCs running around this place. Oh, you're back. Great work, you're just one of two masters to make it this far. Don't even think about coasting, though, and good luck. Congratulations on surviving the 6th round, Hakuno. The Holy Grail is almost yours. But you could still lose it all in the last round, and then you don't want that let that happen. So why do I only have, like, one thing for his matrix? Do I just not know enough about him, I guess? Congratulations is what I normally say on this occasion. However, it looks as if yesterday's battle was emotionally devastating for you. If you cannot allow past fights to weigh you down like the next one has already begun. Oh, right, he's not here. Congratulations on advancing to the 7th round, Hakuno. Please take a lunch. This is the last one, so I put extra love into it. Anything else you gotta say? Let's see, I don't think I have any... No, I don't have any SP. I thought so. Can't count how many times I've come here, and now only masters left are myself and Leo. When the finals begin, this school will become almost completely devoid of life. When that time comes, will these sisters still be here in the chapel, unable to leave? You need to focus on your opponent, not worrying about us. Just think of us as scenery. She's right, Toko and I can take care of ourselves. I do appreciate your concern, though. Thanks, Hakuno. This may be the last time we see each other, so I want to say goodbye now. Don't hold back against Leo, and although I'm just an observer, I have a feeling you'll win. Your compassion sickens me, and you're still a disappointment and a monstrosity. I guess it's something. Being able to relate to another people is a virtue. It's a virtue. Maybe. You might not understand it, but every memory of your opponent will make your attack stronger. But by me saying that, you might place more value on this conversation than you should. Oh, screw it. Anyway, I doubt there are still any magi left alive as disgustingly avaricious as you. With that, Toko Awazaki shrugged her shoulders and gives me a sardonic smirk. Despite that abuse, I detected a sense of warmth. Or dare I say, affection, even. Between puffs of smoke, I heard her murmur, "You're quite extraordinary." Files are almost upon us. Good timing, as I've almost found what I'm looking for. Let's see who finishes this first, you or me. Hopefully things will work out for the both of us. Congratulations, I never expected to see you make it this far. Final battles ahead. The commissionary selection has been upgraded accordingly. Alright, let's see what it's got. Turn crystals, magic. Oh. Moderate. Nice. Nothing exciting in that one. What do we got here? Greatly okay, well that doesn't help me with Saber, but I'll buy it anyways. I'll help with Caster maybe. Ooh, defense, nice. Strength. Alright, we got all of them. Cool. Alright. Let's go back to the room real quick.
ことここに至って無駄口は叩くまい。残された2名のマスターとして前例を尽くすがよい。世もそれに応える。いかに強大であろうと、あやつらの王道と騎士道共に叩き伏せるのみだ。
Alright, and check out here. Just gotta make sure. Walk down the hallway en route to the arena. Is it because the culmination of this journey draws near that each footstep feels so inevitable? Why have you stopped so suddenly? Are you not feeling well? For some reason, I gaze out to the window at the digital sky. Saber chooses to appear. A swordsman exquisitely esconned in a red balloon dress. A tyrant protective of all life's beauty. A young woman who gloriously rends life from flesh. More arrogant, more radiant than any other. Yeah, I see. I can walk down a different path. I cannot understand you if you remain silent. I'm inclined to humor any requests you have at the moment, if it is within reason. I smile unwillingly at Saber, always so prideful. I want to protect her smile, even though she is the one who always defends me. Fool! Do not make such a strange face. You almost inadvertently made me do the same. Why, it is near sabotage. Had Leo attacked us at this moment, we would have been caught unaware. Only show that expression in the safety of our room, Master. It is wasted in a place like this. Still flustered and visibly angry, Saber disappears. She's the same irrational and charming despot ever. I shouldn't be thinking this, but this past week has been enjoyable because I've been with Saber. But still, the hour of the battle draws ever closer. The final battle. No matter how the Holy Grail ends, I'll be parted from her. The atmosphere of the arena felt more ominous than normal, and the noise felt as if it was going to rip me apart. The animosity being directed at me is almost palpable. It makes me want to throw up. The source of all this hostility is definitely not Leo. Saber seems really on edge, but they're right. The feeling isn't coming from either Leo or Gawain. In fact, I'm almost sure that I've felt this feeling of hatred before. But how is it? I think I understand now. I doubt there are two people capable of radiating such lethal malice. I'm not sure what kind of trick this might be, but you should prepare yourself.
迷い出たか、俺。
While walking in the arena, a sudden burst of distortion that sounds almost like a groan pierces my brain. Could it be a voice? Jealous. Not yet. Die. Why, myself? It was definitely a voice. I suddenly feel a wave of negative emotions is washing over me. Just ignore it, Master. It's just the meaningless lamentation of the dead. It is not an enemy of ours. Saber's words immediately bring me back to reality. While the aura of negativity is still very much there, the voices seem to ring and my head is gone. There's no doubt as to who that voice belongs to, but how? If I want to know the truth, I have to keep moving forward. Let's see. If I remember correctly, these things like to guard a lot, so hopefully this will work well for me.
任せよ。さて返上するぞ。打ち砕く。そこを動くな。風と消えよ。次から次へと懲りぬ奴らよ。まとわりつくな。行くぞマスター。高いな。はっ。そこを動くな。風と消えよ。怪我はないか、マスター。
The distortion sears my brain like iron. Dark thoughts seem to be working their way through my entire being. The sudden chill that courses through my body starts shaking, and I feel like I'm being turned inside out. I try to stop the intrusion of these evil thoughts into my consciousness, but they continue to enter my mind. His name is Dejection. His origins lie in disdain and spite. His name is an abomination and hatred. In his past, scorn and ridicule. In other words, apathy towards everything. What? What is this? These overwhelming emotions. What's the source of this deranged irrationality that is rejected and rejects, denies and is denied? It feels as if it's crawled out of the darkest depths of hell. I muster all the strength I can and barely manage to endure the onslaught that threatens to engulf me. The Harways, seldom. Is that someone's voice? I push through the distortion and focus my attention on the voice. Experiment will begin. We will remove the liver. To observe the pain response, no anesthesia will be used. Failure, 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 failure. Less than useless. This individual has no right to exist and has nothing to contribute to the future. No value, no ability. It's a failure. Its design is flawed. The rate of aging is twice that of a normal person. I predict its lifespan will be at 25 years at best. What a failure. It's hopeless. This is the most unforgivable of sins committed against nature. It'd be understandable if it came from common stock, but it came from a superior life form. Refrain. Stop. The voice suddenly stops. As I concentrate harder, I can see a figure beyond the distortion. That must be a woman. I focus my concentration, and as I stretch out my hand, a scene plays out before me. There you are, Miss Alicia. That voice sounds much younger, but it definitely belongs to Julius. Though his voice is audible, the figure doesn't appear. This must be his memory, then. The woman named Alicia turns towards Julius, but this time has degraded the memory. Time has degraded the memory of her facial features. Oh, Julius, what's wrong? Yes, the master has... I see. So that time me already... The sunlight is so felt that I happened to forget time it was. Let us hurry. We won't get punished if we make him wait just a little longer. Anyway, Julius, you're its son, so wouldn't it be better, father? No, as I have that which would be the Harways, then only the heir, says Leo. Master, what's wrong? You must come back to reality. Can you hear the sound of my voice? I am here. Sound of Saber's panic shouting brings me back to reality. The voices I heard in those memories faded at the end, and I couldn't understand them, but those memories definitely belong to Julius. Perhaps he was trying to tell me something. Buried under all those dark memories was a cry of sorrow. I have to go on. I have to learn what the owner of that voice was seeking. It's like the same pattern as the first one. Okay, good. I picked the right. There it is again. The black thoughts encroach upon my brain like closing waves. Concentrate on the owner of these voices. I'm drawn to these dark thoughts. Avoiding the distortions that try to envelop me, I reach out with my mind. Where is that figure? When I settle my thoughts, a scene suddenly begins to play in my mind. Is this the continuation of that scene from before? Let us hurry. Making him wait just a little longer won't be enough to get us in trouble. Anyway, Julius, you're his son. Why don't you call him father? I can't. I don't have the right. I was not born with that which is needed to lead the Harways. The one who will succeed the throne is Master Leo. That is how it is. Tell me, what is it that he has been so occupied with as of late? He's receiving training by having knowledge burned into his brain. It is a sound thaumaturgical process. All that horrible surgery, and he's only three. Even as his mother, I so rarely see him. Master Leo will one day stand at the pinnacle of the plutocracy and the Harways have built in Europe. The ruler of the Western Europe, a burn that pains a mother to see her child's shoulder. Julius. Yes. That... Leo. Yes, I only exist for that purpose. Alright now, make the relic, Holy Grail, and let's have a servant. The servant that is summoned in East Ritual Artist, Li Shuin, and Julius. I apologize, Babylon, this is asked. It's alright, Leo. Yes, for life. Could these be Julius's memories of a time before his soul became irrevocably stained as an assassin? Focus even harder on what I must be seeing and reach out even further. Something is there. What is it you want to say? And when I finally reach the absolute depths of the blackened soul behind these memories... Kill. Let me die, let me die, let me die. Kill, 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 kill. Yeah. Master, don't be a fool. Even you can open your eyes, you worthless dolt. Saber's almost screaming in desperation and fear. It seems like I'm still alive. My hands are still clenched into fists. I'm covered in sweat and panting with exertion. I give a nod to the obviously distressed Saber to show that I'm okay, and then slowly get to my feet. But it was there. I cry for help in the depths of Julius's consciousness. I have to know what it means. Oh man.
嬉しいぞ奏者よ蹴散らす
Try
共
this.
に勝利を与えなこの剣舞ソナさんにこの剣舞ソナさんに
Don't want to take any risks whatsoever.
逃さぬ
And it finally managed to get me, damn it.
任せるがよい
Should finish it off, I hope. Yep.
検討したな
Don't want to risk having to go through all that crap again. What? What?
まとまりつくな
I didn't even see that thing. Son's gate. So these things like attacking usually.
共に勝利をさせぬさせぬ ふんよしとしようそなたの前だ剣を振るうても踊るというものもうまとまりつくな行くぞマスターさてさせぬ返上するぞさせぬ古いな風と消えよ
The almost tangible animosity is coming from the ends of this corridor. Though the source of it isn't approaching, I can tell that it's incredibly dangerous. I somehow know that that hatred is directed at me. It's so intense that it feels as if my very soul is being impaled by it. It's supposed to be coming from that one person. Why hasn't he moved on to the nether realm? Master, I cannot ignore anything that poses a threat to you. Just give the command and I'll take him down and make sure he stays dead this time. The source of this feeling of hatred is Julius, but his power seems different from when I last faced him. The threat before me is very real, but I have Saber by my side. And if I don't defeat the enemy before me, I'll never make it to the elimination battle. In addition, even as the force of his grudge hits me, I feel something other than a desire for my death. I want to know what that feeling is, no matter what may be waiting for me up ahead. It's been a while since we last met, Hakuno. The man standing there greeted me in a quiet voice. The serenity in his voice contrasted with the chaotic and noise-filled atmosphere of the arena. You don't seem surprised to see me. Is that not so? You defeated me, but I have returned because I have a question I wish to ask you. Also, I will not be defeated by one such as you. I cannot allow myself to fall to one such as you. I don't quite understand what exactly is driving me, but it is those feelings that brought me here. What is he talking about? I understand hating the person that defeated you, but it's only natural. But what question could possibly be so important? What is Julius trying to say? You don't understand? Of course, how could you? This is truly just too funny. Am I the only one who knows who and what you really are? Unlike a mere ghost such as yourself, I am alive. After I fell, I became a ghost. While falling through the purgation created by Seraph, I fought to continue on. Right at the very end, I saw the truth. As the moon cell began to tear me apart, I saw what you really were. As if the remnants of his sanity finally snapped, Julius suddenly lets out a roar of maniacal laughter. In addition to the hatred and insanity reflected in his eyes, there was a sense of obligation and duty. Has the killer before me come back from the dead to fulfill his duty? That's exactly right. I could accept defeat at your hands of any other master but you. You being the one to defeat me is unacceptable. Whether this world lives or dies should be decided by us. Choices that determine the fate of the world should be made by those living in the present, not by you. A relic of the past like you should not be allowed to influence what happens in the here and now. What did Julius just call me? A relic of the past? I'm not only a pale imitation of someone's life, but I was never part of the present. That's correct. You're a reproduction of someone who lived 20 years before the world slid into stagnation. Then all the imagery that sometimes appears in my dreams is the last moments of his life, which ended decades ago. Correct, that's why I cannot allow you to defeat me. The changes that must be made in this era will need to be done by us. Leo, my brother, must be king, or... That's it. That must be the reason. That's my one responsibility. That is what keeps me trapped here. But nothing matters. Please put me out of my misery. Round 6 has already come and gone. One more person. One last victim. Once I kill you, my duty will be done. This is your final moment. Please just let me kill you. The man hisses out his command. For a moment, I'm violently dizzy. As my vision spins, I fall into a pit of darkness. A violent bestial howl tears through the air and sends a tremor running through the ground. That must be Assassin. No, wait. He's different than before. That look of insanity only belongs to a berserker. Master, there's something very wrong with Julius's left arm. My servant mumbled something mysteriously under her breath. I see what he did. It's not his arm. He stole another master's arm and attached it to himself. Julius must have ambushed a great number of masters and killed them. He somehow managed to preserve one of his victims' arms and appropriate their command sale. Wonder which master's arm he stole, and what if that arm belonged to the master of Berserker. Seems the servant also belongs to a Berserker class. Servant belonging to 2 classes. Intriguing. Most servants only have 1 class, but this one has the attributes of 2. His power must be incredible. I can't believe that this servant's mind and body have been able to endure this outrageous injustice. Indeed, I needed neither rational thought nor coherent memories. Everything comes to an end now. Now, burn to ashes. Oh, so I had to fight him now. Great.
すでに敗れた男に上がる舞台などない。
排除する。貴様だけは。
Oh, good. I get to see what his skills are.
その執念。
I would have been pissed off otherwise. Okay, he didn't get stunned. Go figure. Oh, great. Now I don't know what his attacks are. Great. Just be on the same side.
この剣舞 ミューズの加護を至高の芸術を守りたまえすまない調子が出ない 世の出番だなロサイク術させぬ
With a ground-shaking roar of bestial rage, the once ferocious martial artist disappeared into the sky. Li Shuin, considered by many to be one of the greatest masters in the history of Baji Quan. Though he dedicated his life to the martial arts, he was undone by the karma of his acts and violence demanded. Julius's normal, refined features contort as the command seal on the back of his hand glows deep red. Unable to withstand the pain that's surging through his body, Julius hunches over. I can barely watch as he writhes in pain. It's too late to help. Julius's command seals disappear one by one as his body collapses upon itself. I cannot bring myself to strike the finishing blow. Despite the fact that he tried to kill me many times over, I can't kill him as he is now. The person from who this body of mine is copied from might have lived their life much like he did. His eyes slowly open. So this is the end. Julius breathes it in deep. There's no longer any madness of bloodlust tinging his eyes. The serenity in your eyes, though I cannot understand why, you actually have some pity for me. As his shoulders move in time with his labored breathing, Julius looks into the sky of this empty world, covered by the waters of the virtual sea. Remember the question you asked me before the elimination battle? Why do you kill? You were right, you know. It's exactly what you guessed. The Holy Grail, the Haraway's, none of it ever really mattered. When I was young, only one person ever showed me love. Me, who had never been loved before. No one can live without love. Not even someone like me, whose life had no value otherwise. There was a woman who taught me my life had value. She died without any warning. It was so sudden, in order to secure Leo's inheritance. Her family had her assassinated. Her final request to her killer was that they protect Leo, my brother. I can no longer clearly remember the exact events. Looking back on it, the whole incident seems so surreal. I liken it to a badly made movie. Poorly made, laughably acted, and generally done in poor taste. Julius isn't looking my way. He is now deep in his memories. But since then, my purpose was clear. I would work to grant her final wish, and then join her in death. People began to despise me like I was an evil spirit whose hands were forever tainted with blood. But I could accept that, because in trying to grant her a wish, I had a motivation in life. But you, while destroying my cause, you didn't finish me off. Why? I've been more awed by Julius than any other opponent. But inside his ferocity lay a deep melancholy. Behind his frozen gaze, I sensed a man crying out for rescue like a helpless infant. I just wanted someone to rescue me? Maybe I did. Julius cast his eyes down. I feel like I've been lost in darkness, alone ever since birth. Never considered that there might be hope or another path. My whole life I've been an insect, desperately drawn to a single light far ahead of me. But maybe my life wasn't all that bad. It's bright here. If I could be born one more time, I may live the same way again. Even if my dark journey ends in pain, it means everything to see the light at the end of the path. A yellow light can be seen reflected off the eyes of Julius's raised hand. Maybe he's seeing the only person who can truly save him. I can only hope that's the case. I'm sad that I'm powerless to do anything for myself. Kishina, you are crying for me. I had forgotten the beauty that such a gesture can hold. No, don't shed tears for me. Before his finger reaches my cheek to wipe away the tears, it melts away into thin air. Ah, it's time. My heart cringes at his hands, and his feet lose color and become translucent as teardrops. And then... with a faint smile spreading across his lips, Julius disappears without a trace.
Mm. そなたが無事で何よりだ、マスター。
We dealt splendidly with that specter we found in the arena. In fact, I'm more unnerved that we have not yet encountered our opponent in the arena. I don't believe that princeling would plot anything nefarious, but one can never be too cautious. Low-level spells of chance consisting of three or less full verses, even high-level thaumaturgy and great rituals will only have negligible effects. Allows them to control any kind of transportation with exceptional skill. However, this does not have to be so the ability to ride on any phantasm races.